Human trafficking is actually the second largest illegal industry in the world, and it's the fastest growing. Drugs is number one, and then trafficking is number two. I'm Grace Williams. I'm the president and executive director of Children of the Immaculate Heart. Also founder, if that's important. But really, it's Our Lady's work, so I consider her the foundress. So we serve survivors of domestic sex trafficking. That's our broad mission. And right now we have a program for adult women who have children who are trafficked, and we're working on opening a residential treatment facility for trafficked minor girls. My role is everything that a CEO kind of does, all the public relations stuff, a lot of fundraising, and then also working directly with our clients. So this is our list of everything we need to do to open the minors' homes. So starting with just structure and organization to all the research on the industry. So these ones are kind of done with. And then the program statements, we're thickly in the middle of this. And this is what we have to do to apply to community care licensing to get our license to open the home.
I met Grace at church, and then one day the priest announced that there would be a presentation after Mass about human trafficking. I had no idea what human trafficking is.
I knew about human trafficking because I worked in the juvenile court, and I had a client or two that were actually the perpetrators of the trafficking, and so I saw it from a legal standpoint and also through a child protective service standpoint. When I met Grace and I heard how she was going to do this through her Catholic faith, then I was on board with it all the way.
My name is Lauren Fardoulis. I'm a MA in psychology, specialize in behavior modification. My role here in San Diego is that of a consultant regarding the minors program.
I'm a chaplain for the Department of Probation, and so I've been doing this since 2012, and that's how I became associated with girls who are being trafficked, because I actually work one-on-one with young ladies who are being trafficked in the Department of Probation. A lot of these girls come from broken families, and a lot of them are in the foster care system. And so that's usually the impetus. You know, again, people have asked me how girls get trapped in this industry. And usually it's from what I hear, the reports that I get from the girls that I talk to, they tell me that the abuse in their family started long ago. And so 5, 6, 7 years old, these girls are being abused.
I've always found in common that they all have some kind of difficulty in their childhood. And even the ones who, people often say, well, I mean, they're getting trafficked out of La Jolla High, which is true. And people are usually really surprised by that it's also, sort of upper middle class populations who are having their teenage girls getting trafficked. But to me, that's not surprising, because often those kids are the ones who are getting neglected. Their parents aren't giving them the love that they need. So it's the same phenomenon that happens no matter what portion of the population you're coming from.
Unfortunately, that makes them an easy target for traffickers. They don't have the family system. They don't have the family base of support, a mother and a father. There are some girls who, typically through school, they are coerced or they are psychologically manipulated by a trafficker on campus, on the school they go to. And some of these girls come from stable families, that they're normal families, and they will get into trafficking that way. And they're families that they might be going to church and they go to school and their parents have jobs, but they've been coerced and forced into prostitution.
Usually, girls between the age of 12 and 13 get recruited by gangs into sexual trafficking. And then by the time they are 22, they are most probably dead. Yeah.
So it's really hard to get out, because this is the most stable thing that you've ever had, even just on a psychological level. I mean, you can walk out, but you have nowhere to go. I mean, you walk out and you're homeless, you have no money, your family is not good. That's probably why you got into this. Most of the time, not always, but most of the time. And so they feel like they have no other options.
These girls need a facility. They need a safe shelter. They need to be removed completely from their environment.
you need to do is have a home for this child to go to where they can live with other kids, right? And have a normal as it can be family environment.
I call it a sanctuary. The girls need a sanctuary. And I believe that as Grace and I have talked through this important piece of it, we're on the same page.
We're starting with 6 girls. It's what you can do without needing a zoning